if MicroStrategy is trading at 2 times and you put in 105K into MicroStrategy, or you could have put it in, let's say Bitcoin's price is at 105K, roughly where it is now, you could buy a whole Bitcoin. Or if you put 105K into MicroStrategy, you actually only get what's worth half a Bitcoin. Um, but what I'd say is if they're able to use these capital market strategies to increase Bitcoin per share at this really rapid rate, at some point you're going to end up owning more than one Bitcoin for your 105 investment. And so this is why like the math actually works and you could actually be better off. And so a company that is trading at 8 times versus a company that's trading at 2 times can actually accrete more value to you as that shareholder. So at 8 times, you're actually only buying, much less of a Bitcoin. But when they actually do go out and raise, and if they can continue to raise at 8 times, like they're increasing Bitcoin per share, SOL per share at a much faster clip, all else equal. So you'll be buying less Bitcoin or SOL per share, but then in theory, they should be able to compound that at a much quicker rate.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess like to summarize what we just discussed about metrics for DATs, like um growth of underlying asset per share is the most important thing. And like a low premium to NAV is kind of like the cherry on top, but like having a high premium to NAV and high growth of underlying asset is way more important than having a low premium to NAV and a low growth of underlying asset.
Yeah, I would say premium to NAV, it really depends on your future expectations on where that NAV premium will go. If you think
It's
it'll
there,
go,
yeah.
so it's hard to say whether or not like a high or low one is good or bad. I'd say like it's very easy to argue that uh, like a high increase in Bitcoin per share, SOL per share is really good. And so I'd say like that is probably the key metric. The other one I think like folks should pay attention to is just the amount of leverage a company is taking on, just because it is important to know the amount of risk that you have. Um, all of these digital asset treasury companies